one of the best matches on the card. It really was. And you're talking about characters, and obviously Toni Storm, without a doubt, has reinvented herself. I would say on a par with Dustin, to take what they did in WWE or didn't do in WWE and the send-off they gave her, kind of an embarrassing type thing right there, and then coming into AEW, not really finding her footing. And then for some reason, maybe it was based on that media scrum where she looked just kind of little tired or out of it or whatever. And it seemed like she just birthed the character not long after that. And all of a sudden, like this is where if you allow sometimes something to happen and a character to develop within somebody's personality and or situation, you have money. What I feel like is this Toni Storm, what she always wanted to do, and maybe she has an affinity for the old black and white movies or something. There has to be some sort of knowledge or education or love or passion for this, for the old school type of thing. And I can't think that Tony Khan or anybody else thought of this. I have to think that this girl or anybody around her all kind of workshopped it and came up with this and just started doing it. And then they just ran with it. If they just replicated what they did with Toni Storm with every talent on AEW, we would have a full show of entertainment, action, and all that stuff. She's the poster child for somebody who's truly reinvented and somehow gotten herself 100 times more over than she ever was in WWE or NXT.
She was someone who came up with that character, and then within weeks she was on all the posters. So you know that she was doing something right.
Yeah, but usually in wrestling, this is where creative and the promotion and the company need to get out of their own way and not play God and just say, it's a great idea, it's making us money, let them run with it. So I always feel like there's this fear to empower the talent to a certain degree, because then they can become monsters too. But in this case, it's really, she's fun to watch, man. She's cool just by going black and white with the presentation and what she does with the old school silent film type of look and everything. And then, dare I say it, she's the one that got Mercedes Moné over to this point where people are finally kind of getting it with her.
We'll talk about the ending in a minute. Why don't we talk about it now, then we'll go backwards, I guess. I was very surprised Toni won. I was sure Monet was going to, because she's doing the belt collector thing at the moment, and I thought this was going to be the start of a longer-term feud, but I was quite surprised that Toni, the babyface, won. Well, and now where does each go?
Well, I keep wanting to say Sasha Banks, or Sasha Bank, as the NFL commentators called her one time when they were promoting SmackDown. She has how many belts? They can do whatever. Or is she going away for a while? She's defending the belts in other places. Her going away and then Toni Storm being there, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, because they had great chemistry in the ring. The match was really good. Like you said, they worked. You had two former WWE workers too. They have an idea. Maybe they looked at the show and said, you know what this is missing? People actually being able to digest what's going on. Maybe we should slow it down a little bit. This was very much a WWE style match. And that's a good thing in my mind.
They would have never got 24 minutes and 10 seconds in WWE, though.
They deserve to have 24 minutes and 10 seconds in WWE, though. They proved that last night. So I would say that this is something, and maybe there was a point to prove with this match, and even with the female gauntlet, to prove that our female wrestlers are better than what you're going to put on tomorrow. They were a little
today, as we record this, yeah.
Yeah, they were literally proving something, and that's what it felt like. I felt like the girls in those two matches had a lot more to prove with the way they worked. Now, not everybody's shown through, but the Toni and Mercedes Moné, definitely one of the best matches on the card.
Do you think Monet's got something to prove as well? Because she came in with a lot of fanfare a year ago or longer. I can't remember how long it's been. And it took a long time for her to find her footing, because the promos weren't landing. The character was very, very WWE and sort of stuck out in maybe a negative way. And it took a long time for, I guess, the AEW fans to sort of warm to her enough that she felt like she belonged, I guess. And now, where's Monet a year or 18 months, whatever it's been, since she debuted, in your opinion?
Well, Toni Storm made her last night. She might have lost the match. She might have put her over, but the character work of Toni Storm got her over because we had a storyline. We had something to go off of. Now she's getting more comfortable with some of her taglines and other stuff. They don't seem so like you're reading the page break script type stuff, new paragraph pauses and things like that.
We hurt people. We hurt people.
CEO. See, and now the people who are singing need a little bit more charisma on the side. They're sounding like CEO. I got a gun to my head. I need to say CEO over and over. That's what it feels like. But once again, I mean, it takes a while to have the fans invest in you. It takes a while for you to get your footing, and it takes the right dance partner to make you as well, no matter what the result of the match. That's what I hope they wrestle again. I hope this is kind of the beginning of something with them, because I can't see anybody else on the roster keeping Mercedes Moné's character at the level where she's kind of like that heel right now.
Well, we've got Athena, who's just won the women's gauntlet, which I don't see her on that level to be world champion. You've got Mercedes Moné, who's already lost, so I don't know if that program's going to continue. Who else is there, really?
Well, you got the big girl, Megan Bain, but man, she got exposed for her inexperience in that chair thing we went over with Thunder Rosa.
Yeah. I was thinking of something. Maybe she should be Megan McBain, and then just quote McBain from The Simpsons all the time.
Oh, yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
From here, they appear to be tied, but I'll look over a closer look. On closer inspection, these are loafers. If she can nail that accent, I think we've got a real character.
That's true. I'm trying to think. Willow Nightingale can be one, but she's a babyface too. It's very difficult to see. Now, here's the thing too. I don't know if it's a Money in the Bank type thing. Is it with the winning the gauntlet match? Athena. You can cash it in.
You mean you can run in at any time thing?
So you can do that.
I've no idea. I know it's a 12-month thing or something like that. It's very similar. Give us 7 stars out of this.
Yeah, I give it 7.
Best match of the night?
Whew. From a wrestling perspective, from a storytelling perspective, from not being overbooked, yes. So far, I would say it's the best match of the night.